I am working online and I am working with some artwork in some of my projects I work on. And I'm doing something that's going to be very unconventional. Since I really don't know if I want to go live yet, and I would like to do a podcast, but I have no idea how to do that, I'm going to start by answering some questions, which is usually much easier for me to talk than it is to type. Don't think I can't type. I can type really good. In fact, I've written books and hundreds of articles. So that's not the problem, but I'm better explaining myself when I'm talking. Let's take an example. This morning somebody went through one of my videos and they saw me composting in place and they didn't like the plant next to it, and it was a curly kale. Kale's over a year old. And she said to get the kale out, it's no good, you can't eat from it anymore. Let me see exactly what she wrote if I can find it. And of course I can't right now. I've got so many different things going on. Let's see if I can. No, you know what? Well, she asked the question about, it wasn't a question, it was more of a statement. And she told me to get it out. She said, you need to do something about that leggy plant. She had some bad conditions. You can no longer eat from it. And she said it was best to let it go to seed. Well, that's true. If it goes to seed, I'm not going to stop it from going to seed. But it's got a big trunk developing on it. And what I like with my vegetable plants are, if they start developing a good-sized trunk, like some of my collards do, and my dinosaur kale, this is a curly kale she's talking about, I tend to leave them to see what they're going to do. And think of the root system that plant's got. That plant has got a root system that's got to be bigger than what's on the top. It's just taking off and it's pulling up all kinds of nutrients out of the ground. If the plant is doing good at all, I'll leave it. If it's really bad, of course I'm going to take it out. Most of them will die out on their own. But I've got dinosaur kale that's going on 3 years old now, and it's about 8 feet tall. And why would I want to pull them out? This morning we had omelets that I made out of the curly kale that, the person saw that she thought was no good and leggy. It's already filling out. A lot of times things get spindly because of the weather. I mean, we're in winter. This stuff shouldn't even be growing. Some of it shouldn't be growing that good. Some of the plants like winter and some like summer, and it got a little spindly, but what you got to do is clean it up, trim it down, and see what happens. We had omelets this morning from that very plant. The leaves are taking off and getting nicer, and there's a lot of plants that I was going to pull out. I had old tomato plants. I was getting ready to pull them out and looked at them this morning, and the leaves are massive and the plants are just growing so good. So I take my time. There's no reason to pull something out if I'm not going to plant anything there anyways. Now, if I was going to bring in a new plant and start planting, of course I could pull out plants I don't like. But I have a tendency of leaving a lot of things just to see what they're going to do. I've got collared plants that I picked up at the 99-cent store. They actually had a tray of 4 for 99 cents. There were 4 plants in this little tiny pot, separated them, and I've got them now into mass trees. Even if I don't eat the leaves, they're great for composting. All of those plants, cabbage plants, collards, kales, they seem to be the best to compost. I line my flower pots with them, the old leaves, as the older leaves from the bottom, or if they've got a little bit of powdery mildew, I pull those off and I line the bottom of my flower pots with the holes in them. And then I put in whatever growing medium in there. And just think, as the plant is growing, all the stuff underneath is breaking down and the plants are doing so well. So this is a good way. I'm going to try it. If you like it, you like me answering this way, I will. I'll try to go through and answer questions this way. But as far as taking out plants, I'm not disagreeing with her. If you were short on space and you needed to plant something and it's a leggy, spindly plant, pull it out. Of course, plant something else. But, we're in February. I'm thinking about what I want to plant. There's nothing else that needs to go in that spot right now, and the plant is making a terrific comeback. So I'll give it a chance and see what happens, and the leaves are fine. It looked, maybe in the video it didn't look that great, and it wasn't at the time when I put the video up, but it's doing good. And I also added in some compost, kitchen scraps in there, and that could have lifted it up and picked it up. Plus, I make my own compost tea. You got to check that video out. That's free, and it's the greatest stuff. But, we live here in Southern California. We've had a very unusual winter. We haven't even had winter. We had a couple days of cold, and that was it. And we thought we were going to have rain this week, and we did not get rain. I didn't. I heard some places in LA did. We didn't get any rain at all. My husband said he felt a drop last night when he took the dogs for a walk. But that was it. Literally, he said 2 drops hit him. I'll try to do this. See if you like this format. And if you do, I will do it this way. But what I'll do is, while I'm working, I can answer some questions. And then I can put a video up of maybe my garden. And this way you don't have to look at my face talking. And then you can just kind of visually look at things, and as well as I could be talking and you can get a visual that way. So with that, we'll test this out. Give me a thumbs up. Please don't give me a thumbs down if you don't like this. Just right underneath. No, I don't like this. And then you can like and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, there's a little bell there. If you want to know when I'm putting things up, it will go, I guess it will ding you. I don't know. It'll let you know. And we'll see if this works out. And I can answer a lot of questions because we get so many questions, and I try to do my best to go through them, but sometimes hundreds come in at one time. Questions on my bird bath, on my solar bath. Oh, I love my solar. You can go online. eBay's got them. Amazon's got them. Walmart carries them if you type in solar bird fountains. I bought 2 different types at one point. I bought the one that was a little more expensive. The panel was bigger. And I'll be honest with you, I found the small panel to be just as good, no better than the other one. So I'm going with the small panels. There's some places on eBay that is just a little bit more than $8. And I bought them from there. I try to buy everything within the U.S. if I can. And they came right away. And I had my bird bath that I found out in the trash. It's going strong and the birds are coming to it. And I'll even show you how easy it is. I'll hope to get a video up how easy it is to make your own little bird bath. Go to the thrift store and pick up some bowls and make your own. It's not that hard. It really isn't. So with that, have a great day. And don't forget to eat what you grow, and let me know. Tell me if this is okay to answer questions this way. Bye-bye. Have a great day.